Has India become the superpower of the world? Why the eyes of the whole world are now fixed on India's decision and policy? Let's know why in the world today, after America and China, India's pride is being raised. It is a matter of fun and pride that when it comes to helping any country in the whole of Asia, everyone's eyes are fixed on India, whether it is a matter of bread or financial help. Hello guys, hope you all are doing well. Today you are watching MR Daily with your host Manish Malik. Sometime or the other you must have read that there was a time when the tag of Indians and dogs are not allowed was used. If India had achieved any achievement, the Western countries used to make fun of it by drawing cartoons. As they say guys, it does not take much longer to change time. And time has changed in such a way that the British who used to enslave us for many centuries, now from its Prime Minister to Home Minister, are of Indian origin. Today is the era where the Vice President of America, England, Ireland, Portugal, Guinea, Mauritius, Trinidad and Tobago have country heads of Indian origin, whereas the CEOs of Google, Microsoft, YouTube, Adobe, PepsiCo and many more companies are Indian. In this video, we will know whether India has become a superpower country or not. So without wasting any further time, let us understand when a country is called a superpower. When any country cannot be ignored internationally, it is said that without that country, all the big problems in the world cannot be solved without its interference. Apart from this, a country is called a superpower only if it is economically and materially strong. So you can understand that today, India is the 5th largest economy in the world. At the same time, India is the most responsible nation as a mediator to stop Russia and Ukraine war. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has also appealed to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to help its cause. India comes after America, China and Russia in the military power index. Apart from this, India is the world's largest defense importer. So you can understand that there are so many countries competing with us in this index. Let us also know which is the strong side of India, which is playing an important part in becoming a superpower. So the first point is the vast population of 140 crore. In a few days, India will become the most populous country in the world. A very large proportion of India's population, about 50%, is under the age of 24. This will make the country a workforce for many decades, which will play an important role in the development of the country. According to a United Nations report, India will overtake China as the world's most populous country in 2023. Talking about the education rate of the country, about 68% people in rural areas and 84.11% people in urban areas are literate. If you look at this figure, there is a large educated section of the country which is striving hard for a good life, and for this they are not holding back in making changes in their personal life. On the other hand, if we talk about overseas Indians, then more than 32 million Indians are spread all over the world. They are quite successful socio-economically, especially in the US and the UK, where they are the highest earning people of Indian origin. Their income can be estimated in such a way that only 1% of the total population in America is of Indian origin. But this community is the most educated, highest earning and highest tax-paying community. Guys, it cannot happen that you talk about a country and don't talk about its language. India is such a country where the accent of dialect changes after every crossroad. Every state has its own language, and with more than 22 official languages, such language diversity is not common to you in this world. But you know what guys? Indians are the largest number of English speaking and understanding people in the world. And because of this, the quality of Indian doctors, engineers and professionals rings all over the world. Now let's talk about the second point which comes in the way of becoming a superpower. Unity in diversity, India's democracy, where Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and don't know how many castes live together. And each religion caste has its own rituals and traditions, where no one has any restrictions and no differences with anyone. Everything is seen in our beloved India. And this makes India the world's largest vibrant democracy, where everyone gets freedom and their rights. India has been a politically stable nation after independence, which has improved relations with other countries and has managed to build a strong relationship with other developed nations. The advantage of this is that India has the support of almost all developed and developing nations to become a permanent member of the Security Council of the United Nations. Building foreign relations is the first priority for a superpower country. And guys, now those days are gone when India used to talk about taking help from other countries. Now the situation has turned upside down. India helps the whole world without expecting any favor in return. During COVID-19, when medicines and vaccines were needed the most, then the entire West, be it America or France, Britain, Germany or Russia, all turned their backs. India was the only country in the world which, during the COVID times, made vaccine and essential items available for free. When Sri Lanka went bankrupt, India provided relief materials, saved the country from drowning. During the devastating earthquakes in Nepal in 2015 and Turkey in 2023, India was the first country to send rescue teams and essential supplies. At the same time, when there was a shortage of wheat during the Russia-Ukraine war, wheat was made available to the needy nations. India gave 20,000 metric tons of wheat as relief package to Afghanistan. This is the new India, which does not show its eyes to the world, but considers Vasudev Kutumbakam, but doesn't ever spare those who show an eye to us, be it Galwan Valley or Ukraine. Only India could buy oil from Russia during the Ukraine-Russia war. And when someone asks a question, we also answer in return. If you don't believe, then watch the clip in which our Foreign Minister, Mr. S. Jaishankar, is reprimanding the Europeans.
But Europe's problems are the world's problems. But the world's problems are not Europe's problems.
India is the only nation in the world whose relationship is good with almost all the nations. It can be guessed from this. America and Russia, the two superpower countries of the world, are staunch enemies of each other. But India's relationship with both the countries is better. And with both of them, there is a strategic tie-up. Apart from this, it is an important part of the world's top dominating groups like Quad, BRICS, I2U2 and G20. Now let's talk about the economy. In order to become a powerful country, a lot depends on the financial and economic growth rate. And if we talk about our country, it is the world's largest emerging economy. It is the largest market in the world. Every day a new startup venture hits heights. In the same year, about 100 startups in the country have become unicorn companies, whose value has been $332.7 billion. India's nominal GDP in the financial year 2022 is 232.15 trillion rupees, which is in US dollars 3.12 trillion, making India the fifth largest economy in the world. According to McKinsey Global Institute, India's average GDP growth from 2023 to 2030 will be between 8 to 8.5%, which will add to the progress of the country. On the other hand, talking about overall exports, India has exported goods and services worth about $750 billion, and it is being estimated that by the end of this year, the figure of 1 trillion will be touched, and 2030 will touch the figure of 2 trillion, which is a massive number in itself. Now, before discussing the fourth point, I would like to remind you guys of one thing. If you like our content, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Space, research and technology have a huge contribution in any country in becoming a superpower. If we talk about India's IT sector, then many cities like Bangalore, Pune and Hyderabad are emerging as Silicon Valley in the country. Companies like Tata Consultancy, Infosys, HCL and Wipro are providing IT services all over the world. According to data from RBI, in the year 2021 to 2022, Indian IT companies did an export of 11.67 lakh crores, which is $156 billion. Apart from this, the best research centers and institutes of the world like IISc, IIT, IISER, NIT, IIIT, BITS Pilani, IIM, TIFR and AIIMS are there. On the other hand, India is no less than anyone in the space race. After NASA of America and Roscosmos of Russia, any space agency's name that comes on the tongue, it is the ISRO Space Agency of India. Guys, if you start counting the space achievements of ISRO, the video will fall short. ISRO, which once carried a missile on a bicycle, is preparing to go closer to the sun this year. Whether it is to search for water on the moon or to register a name in the world record by carrying 104 satellites, it is surprising that out of 103 satellites, 96 satellites were from America alone. India is the fourth country to reach the surface of the moon. Lander and rover were also involved during the Chandrayaan mission. At the same time, ISRO reached Mars in 450 crores, which costed less than the Hollywood movie Gravity. With Mangalyaan, India has become the fourth country in the world to orbit Mars and send a satellite. On the other hand, talking about ISRO's project Chandrayaan 2, whose cost is less than the 2013 movie Interstellar. The cost of this movie was 1062 crores, while the total budget of Chandrayaan 2 is only 800 crores. Apart from this, Mangalyaan 2, Aditya L1, Chandrayaan 3, Gaganyaan 1, Gaganyaan 2, Gaganyaan 3, Nisar and Shukrayaan 1 are ISRO's timeline projects. After space and technology, India is moving towards green energy, be it EV vehicles or solar panels on the road. You can see them almost everywhere. Although we are a little behind in this sector, but the work is fast. Prime Minister has assured the world during the COP26 meeting that India will become a net zero emission country by 2070. This means that India will completely stop generating carbon gas by 2070. At present, India is at the 5th rank in the world by producing 63.3 gigawatt of solar energy. Now let's talk about the 5th point because of which any nation is called a superpower, and that is country's infrastructure. Guys, when it comes to attracting the public, then Tamjam becomes necessary, and India is moving fast in this matter. After seeing more than 100 smart cities, including Dhurela Greenfield City, the chest will swell with pride. Apart from this, modern mass rapid transit system, Vande Bharat train, Air India's order for 470 aircraft, and wonderful expressways, and don't know how many such upcoming projects are scheduled. Whereas Chenab Rail Bridge and the Statue of Unity are unique wonders made by man. Now let's talk about the last point, the soft power. The soft power of any country plays an important role in becoming a superpower. Soft power of any country is such a weapon which can be controlled over any country without even using it. Yes, perhaps you must be wondering what is power that rules any country without using it. So guys, you can understand this with an example. Maybe you like to wear jeans, like to watch English movies, and also copy the same methods. So this is the effect of soft power. That's why I would request you all to be proud of your culture. Otherwise, it will not take long to become a slave mentally. There was a time when India ruled China for about 2000 years due to just soft power, and according to which our culture is attracting Western countries and people are taking interest. Soon India will come on top in terms of soft power as well, and Indian cinema is playing a leading role in increasing this soft power. So guys, these were some points due to which any country becomes a superpower or a developed nation. Now you tell us by commenting whether India has really become a superpower country or it will take some more time to become one. And if you like our content, then do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel.